Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for September 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I already shuffled the cards for you, and as you can see, you had quite a few jumping cards. Let me show you what these are. And these are just jumping cards. After I show you, I'm going to put them back in the deck, and then I'm going to show you something else that you definitely need to see. Okay, so you had the Ten of Pentacles jump. You also had Death, and you had the Four of Wands. Okay, so seeing these three cards, this card here, this is a card of marriage and long-term relationships. This is a card of marriage and long-term relationships with death. So death, there's going to be a big change. A big change in your situation. I feel like for some of you, like you could be getting married. These are marriage cards as well. Some of you could be ending a relationship to be with someone else. And then this card, the Fool, a new beginning. Okay, now I also want you to see what's at the bottom of both of these decks, because when I saw it, I was like, I went back to see the other one, because I already knew what it was, but I was like, this just happened. So you have the Ace of Wands here, which is a new beginning, could be a new relationship, and at the bottom of this deck, the Ace of Wands, the same card at the bottom of both decks. So Leo has a huge synchronicity this month. You're being told new. It could be a new partner. It could be a new beginning for an old relationship. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning. And then there's a strong energy of marriage, but also some type of ending. I did hear heartache when I was shuffling the cards. So some of you could be leaving a relationship to be with someone else, or someone else could be leaving a relationship to be with you. Okay, so let's put them back in the deck. Or just jumping cards. We'll see if any of those come up again. This is the love reading for the sign of Leo for September 2018. You have the Seven of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo. The Devil. Love reading for the sign of Leo for September. The Five of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Leo for September. The Seven of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Leo for September. Here it is, the Ace of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Leo for September. The Hangman. Love reading for the sign of Leo for September. The Ten of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo for September. Three of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo. Ten of Wands. What's the most important message that Leo needs to hear about their love life for September 2018? Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is telling you that things could change very quickly in your situation, because it seems, there is a lot going on in this reading. I could just tell by just the spread. I haven't even gotten into the cards. This can be, sudden developments. Things can change very quickly. The Knight of Swords, it represents impulsive decisions, things just shifting, a lot of new developments. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's look at the first row here. And you have the Seven of Swords, the Devil, and the Five of Cups. So, there's something like really difficult going on with the sign of Leo. There's something really difficult. The Seven of Swords can represent deceit. And I did feel at the beginning of the reading that for some of you, you could be, either you're leaving a relationship to be with someone else, or someone else is leaving a relationship to be with you. So for some of you, that's what's going on with the Seven of Swords. This is kind of like a sneaky energy. Perhaps there's been some lying, maybe to be with the person that you want to be with. The Devil does represent, it could be something unhealthy. It could be, that maybe your relationship needs to end so that you can be together, as opposed to three people in the picture. But the Devil can also represent something really unhealthy going on in a relationship. Perhaps, there is no other person. Perhaps there is something that maybe you don't want to see in a relationship. Maybe you're making excuses for someone else. I see unhappiness there with the Five of Cups. This does represent feeling just really disappointed in someone. Feeling disappointed that a relationship was not, it just didn't turn out to be what you thought it was going to be. And for some of you, I mean, with the Seven of Swords, it can be that, you know, someone isn't quite there yet. Maybe you don't want to see something about your current relationship. Or maybe your partner doesn't want to see. It's hard to say in a general reading. That's why I try to go over all the scenarios. The only way for you to know what this really means is to get a private reading. But the Seven of Swords does either represent some type of deceit going on, or, remember, it can represent self-deceit. There's just something harsh here with the Devil. Harsh. It could be a lot of jealousy, a lot of pessimism, a lot of negative energy, addictive behaviors. This can be just a marriage that's just focusing on material things, but there is unhappiness around Leo. Now, in the second row here, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Hangman. So, I mean, obviously what I feel really drawn to is the Ace of Wands, because we had that huge synchronicity where the Ace of Wands was at the bottom of both decks when I shuffled, and then here it is again, right in the middle of the reading. So you're being told there's going to be a new beginning for you in your love life. Even if you're surrounded by trouble, or you're surrounded by challenges, there's going to be a new beginning for you. This could either be a new relationship, or it could be that you and your partner will find your way back to each other. I do see kind of, you know, some weird energy around this Ace of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Someone is not moving forward here. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles means that someone is looking at the relationship and trying to figure it out. The Seven of Pentacles means that someone's weighing their options and looking at it from all angles, trying to figure out what to do. And then the Hangman means that someone is just stuck. Things are not moving forward. And it could be that you're not moving forward in your relationship because your partner is trying to figure things out, or maybe it's you. It's just like somebody's trying to plan their next move with the Seven of Pentacles. What should I do? And because of that, everything's come to a stop with the Hangman. Things are not moving forward. But you do have that Ace of Wands telling you there's going to be a new beginning for you. There's going to be a clean slate, especially with those energies from the top row. Now, in this bottom row, that same energy continues. I mean, look at this. You've got the Ten of Swords here, and then you got the Ten of Wands with the Three of Swords in the middle. This does represent heartache. And, you know, I did hear that when I was shuffling the cards. I heard heartache. Some of you are really hurting over what's going on in your love life. You do have two tens surrounding that, which usually the tens means that this situation is coming to an end. It's coming to a close. The Ten of Swords is a message that it's just time to move on. And it could be that it's time to move on from the relationship. Maybe for those of you where you just don't want to be with this person anymore. But it could just be that there's a need to forgive. Perhaps a betrayal. Sometimes the Ten of Swords means that you've been lied to or betrayed. And again, you do have this card here of heartache. It's time to move on in some way for the sign of Leo. It's time to move on because there is a heavy, heavy energy here with the Ten of Wands. A heavy burden. With so much heartache here in the middle. And this is a really difficult spread. This is probably the most difficult spread that I've seen so far. I'm about halfway done. Remember that the main energy that I pulled for you was the Knight of Swords, which means that things can change very quickly. Because, I mean, here you've got a lot of challenging energy, but this middle row here really tells us a lot. Yes, you're surrounded by challenging energy. That top row and the bottom row look difficult, but there is a new beginning in sight right here, and that was a huge synchronicity for you at the beginning of the reading. Someone is looking. You may not be seeing this right now. Things changing very quickly. But it could be that your partner, you may not know, but the person that you're interested in or in love with is very carefully looking at their feelings for you, your relationship, and they're just trying to figure out, like, what should I do? What should I do about this whole thing? New beginning. There's a clean slate for you in some way. Okay, so let me get some more cards for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for September? You've got the Nine of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for September? The Moon. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for September? The Star. Okay, so these three cards. Yeah, there is a lot of worry here. You've got the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords means that you're really afraid that something's going to happen in your love life. Something what you most fear, which could be that you're not going to get back together, that someone is cheating, that someone's lying to you. This is a card of not being able to drown out, those fears, those thoughts that keep coming out, coming to mind. You're You're really terrified of something happening here. This is the Nightmare card. Things may not be what you think they are with the moon. The moon does represent, yes, it does represent fears, but it also means that things are not, again, things are not what they seem. There's a lot of information that's hidden from you when the moon comes out. This is just, there's just an illusion going on, and you don't have all the facts. You don't have the full story. You do have the star as well. The star is telling you that you are getting exactly what you want, and your hopes and wishes will be granted. So I feel like all this challenging energy that you see here, things may seem really tough in your love life. You may not figure, you may be thinking like, I don't know how this could ever work itself out. But remember this huge synchronicity. There is a new beginning for you. You just don't see it yet. And the moon is confirming that. Things are not what they seem. It could be that what's going on within your partner is like totally hidden from you. They're not sharing what they're going through. Again, that brings us back to the main energy. Things can change for you very quickly. You may feel like your love life is turned upside down. You may feel like you don't know what's going on with your partner. That could change very quickly with the Knight of Swords. Let's get some more confirmation from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for September? Ten of Wands. So this is a repeat card. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for September? Seven of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo? And Strength. What's the most important message that Leo needs to hear about their love life for September 2018? The Page of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, this is some type of communication where things are finally clear to you. This is a heart-to-heart conversation. This could be a declaration of love. This is possibly, a relationship being rekindled. But I also feel, and I don't always get this feeling, I feel like some of you really need to use your intuition. Whatever you feel about your intuition, I feel like you need to use it with this situation that's going on over here. Because I feel like looks are deceiving when it comes to your love life. What you think is going on is not. And I feel like you may be thinking something's going on that's negative when things are going to change very quickly. Use your intuition, but this does represent communication, a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay, so these three cards right here, this is a repeat card because it came up from the other deck. Same card. So you're tired of something. The sign of Leo is tired of something that's happening in their love life. There's a lot of heavy, draining energy, which explains why the Devil is here. You're tired of something. Maybe you're tired of somebody dragging their feet when it comes to commitment, or you're tired of somebody's lies. It just means you want to give up on something. You're ready to just throw in the towel. You're being told here to be patient and be brave and stay strong. This is a card of spiritual strength, telling you to hold back a little bit. Don't lash out at your partner. But yet you are being told, that don't lash out as in an unhealthy way, but you are being told to be firm. This is a card, of setting boundaries and really being self-confident and confronting whatever it is that's going on in your love life right now, but in a peaceful way. Again, not lashing out. So there is a need for you to speak up, and it could be that this energy here was about you really speaking to your partner about what you want, what's in your heart. All this heavy energy. There's something going on here with the sign of Leo that has you really troubled. I see it everywhere. You have a lot of positive energy though. A lot of positive energy of things changing and things. I just keep getting the messages. Things are not what they seem. All these challenging energies that are not what they seem. So perhaps what you need, that's probably why it's here, is a conversation, a heart-to-heart conversation. There's a need to be firm. There's a need to be firm with your partner. Stand up for yourself. And be brave, because you do have the Ten of Wands 2 times, which means that some of you may just feel like just giving up when it comes to a relationship. Or it could be your partner that, feels like they are giving up. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at exes, just exes, and we're going to use this deck right here. Let me go ahead and shuffle it, focusing on Leo and their exes. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but a card jumped and I already saw what it was, and it is a repeat card. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. Leo and their ex. Leo and their ex. What should Leo expect when it comes to their ex? What do they most need to know? Okay, there's another jumping card. I'm going to show you these and then put them back in the deck. What does Leo need to know about their ex? And this could be someone that you just broke up with just days ago, weeks ago, months ago, or it could even be an ex from like years ago. Because sometimes people ask me, what is an ex? What do you define as an ex? Someone that you were interested in, someone that you love, but they're no longer in your life. It doesn't matter as far as the timing. Leo and their ex. Or it could even be someone, you know, who showed interest in you and now there's no interest. Okay, so I'm going to keep these here so we can see if there's any repeat cards. I already see with the jumping cards that one card did repeat itself. Okay, so the jumping cards for those looking at X's was the Nine of Swords, which is a repeat card, and then the Six of Cups. So, you know, this is, you know, worry, anxiety, fears. It is a jumping card. I mean, sorry, a repeat card. There it is. So now you have it 2 times. It'll be interesting to see if it comes up again when I actually pull the cards. There's a lot of worrying here. And then, of course, this is the person from the past. I feel like, because obviously if you're inquiring about your ex, you're worried about it. But I kind of feel like the message is that there's a lot of fear around your ex, like within your ex. I feel like they're very much thinking of you, but there's a lot of fear maybe reaching out to you. That's why I kept saying in the reading, things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem. I feel like there's maybe a lot of worrying about, you know, what if I reach out to them? What if they won't forgive me? What if they hate me? I feel like they're thinking of you. Okay, so let's put these back in the deck and let's get some cards. Show me the energies around Leo and their ex. 10 of Cups, Leo and their ex. The Star, Leo and their ex. King of Pentacles, Leo and their ex. Knight of Cups, Leo and their ex. Page of Pentacles, Leo and their ex. Judgment. Okay, so things look really, really good for those hoping to reconnect with an ex. I mean, you've got the 10 of Cups, the Star, and the King of Pentacles at the top. So the 10 of Cups, this is happiness. I mean, this is very happy energy. This can be marriage. This is just a happily ever after, and you definitely need a happily ever after. You know, with the cards that came up in the 9-card spread. I mean, energy like this, the Devil, the 7 of Swords. I feel like, again, things are not what they seem. I don't know, I just keep getting that message over and over. The 10 of Cups means there's a lot of happiness to come when it comes to an ex, someone that you're no longer connected to. And of course, you have a Star. I feel like, yes, that is a repeat card. When I saw it, I was like, I think they had this in the 9-card spread, and you did. So we'll put it there. So now, I mean, look at this. You've got the Star 2 times. So those of you that are hoping to reconnect with an ex, I mean, this spread is telling me there's a strong energy of you getting exactly what you want. The Star, a card of hopes and wishes being granted. I mean, here it is 2 times. And also the 10 of Cups, there's so much happiness to come when it comes to your ex. You also have this King of Pentacles, which I'm going to look into a little bit. This is an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I mean, Leo is a fire sign. This can be you if you have a moon or rising in an earth sign. But if your ex is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, then this is like really, really speaking to you. This is definitely speaking to you. It doesn't have to be their sign. This can just be the energy that they're in. And then the bottom row here, you have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and Judgment. You know, the Knight of Cups is confirming everything that I've been saying. The Knights represent movement. and change. So there's change coming to your situation. There's change, and there's, you know, your relationship with your ex will continue to move forward, to grow, because you had something going on in the middle row of the 9-card spread where things were not moving forward. You had the Hangman. So I felt like, you know, you did have the Ace of Wands in the middle, but you had the Hangman, which means things were stuck. I see, you know, with this Knight of Cups, things will continue to move forward with you and your partner. And then you have the Judgment card on the other side, which is, this is the card that you want to see when you're asking about an ex, because this represents a second chance. You know, a relationship rising from the ashes. You know, a person you thought was long gone is back. You do have the Page of Pentacles in the middle of all this, and this is what I told you in the 9-card spread. Someone's doing a lot of thinking. This is someone that's studying the whole thing, and you did have the 7 of Pentacles in that spread that I did for you. And I told you, somebody is doing a lot of thinking. I'm looking for the card right now. Someone is doing a lot of thinking, and, like, you know, they're just kind of like, should I, shouldn't I, like, what should I do? These cards, I mean, are very, very similar. I'll put it there for you. Someone is looking at the relationship and thinking, like, should I reach out again? You did have the Page of Cups, which tells me most of them will reach out to you. But, I mean, you have a second chance there with the Judgment card. This is a relationship rising from the ashes. And the Star 2 times. Your hopes and wishes will be granted. Now, I don't usually do this. I haven't done this for any of the other signs, so if they watch this, they might get mad. I'm going to pull one more card around this King of Pentacles. What final message is there for the sign of Leo as far as this King of Pentacles? Whatever this represents to them. This is the person that walked away. I mean, this is the goodbye card. Choosing to move on. So that's what I was telling you, that even, I feel like this is just a confirmation for those of you who are like, my ex is not an earth sign. This is just the person that walked away. This is just, I mean, the 8 of Cups is, you know, that energy of feeling like I need to leave. I need to say goodbye because I'm not happy. This is just confirming this is your ex regardless of their sign. It could be, again, that was the energy they were in, a earthy sign. They were maybe drawn to other things or to other people, distracted. But there's a strong message here of your hopes and wishes being granted, movement. And again, your ex is looking at your situation and they're trying to figure out what to do. Like, what's the best decision? I feel like they're definitely thinking of you. And I feel like they definitely, like, want you back. I feel like they will definitely be trying to reconnect with you in some way. Okay, Leo, this has been your love reading for September 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.